All right, guys. I appreciate everybody taking time to check out my latest car here on Bring Trailer. We have a 2013 Panamera Turbo. Lots of good, expensive, solid maintenance done recently. I was lucky enough to get the service invoices on that, so that's a huge plus. So what we're going to do in this video, it's going to be about 20 minutes, maybe a little longer, but it's worth it to hang in there and watch it, because I'm going to go over the good and, well, frankly, the bad, just so everyone's aware of what they are bidding on. So the chronology here, we're going to do the spoiler. It's currently up, so we're going to go down and up. We're going to do an air suspension demo. We're going to do a walk around. We're going to do paint meters. And we're going to go through the interior, and I'm going to demonstrate as best I can that everything functions. But first of all, I'm going to give it the beans a little bit. So the rear mufflers have been removed, right? All the converters are still there. All the emissions equipment is still there. It doesn't throw a code. Just the rear mufflers have been straight piped. And I'm not a exhaust, you know, I don't drive a Civic, right? But it sounds really good. I've had this one for a while. I've really enjoyed it. It's not, there's no annoying loud drone. It's not overwhelming. It won't wake your neighbors up. It just sounds aggressive, and it should, because it's an aggressive car. You will also note that I took the Panamera Turbo script off the back. I did that, personal preference. I like it debadged. It's a lot cleaner. The black bar under the Porsche emblem ties in with the black rear valence, the black spoiler. It has a light tint on it, black wheels. It just works. You want to put it back on? Go right ahead. It's cheap, it's easy, it's not difficult. That was a personal preference move on my end, and I think it's an improvement. Before we do the spoiler, I am just going to open and close the rear hatch just for demonstration purposes. And I want to point out something. This one does have entry and drive. I mean, most of your turbos do. So you can basically, if you're home or at the office and you got all your stuff out of the trunk, you can lock it. Obviously it's running, so it's not going to work now. You can close the hatch and do the lock function and walk away, and the car will lock. And you may say, that's stupid, I'm not ever going to use that. But trust me, you will use it. It is very functional and extremely handy. I didn't think I would use it. I use it more than I ever thought I would. All right, let's get this party started. I don't know how well that translates on a YouTube video, but in person, like when you're in the cabin, it's hard to describe. It just sounds good. I know it's hard to kind of take my word on certain things, but it does have a good tone to it. It's nothing that's gonna, I mean, I don't think it would be a deal breaker. And like I said, I'm not an exhaust, you know, I don't drive a Civic. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. So this car has 4 suspension settings. It has Sport Plus, which is the lowest, which is what what it is in now. You have Comfort, and then, no wait, you have Sport Plus, Sport, and Comfort. And they go up a little bit. It also has a button where the whole chassis lifts up. You can drive, I think, up to like 7 or 8 miles an hour in it. It's not like a drivable setting for any sort of driving other than really low. It's really designed just for loading the car onto a trailer, you know, a flatbed if you need it, hopefully never, or like shipping the vehicle. But I use it more for like an axle lift because I have a really hellacious dip in my driveway. So I'll actually go up when I get home so I don't scrape the front bumper. So we're gonna go all the way up and all the way down. The highest drivable. This is Comfort. Okay, so obviously you're not going to drive this car. Strictly for like loading purposes, or like I said, I use it for going up my driveway because I have a really terrible dip when it goes from the road, from my street to my driveway. But this is not meant to be driven around town like a dune buggy. Alright, let's start doing our paint meters. I have my cheap yet effective paint meter here, brought to you by probably somewhere in China via Amazon. But it works, it does the trick. So we're back here on the driver's quarter. Alright, 3, good there. 4, 5 on the door, check, check. 5 on the door. 6, 5, 6. All right, check, check. Good to go. 4. Wait, no, wait. That was not 12. Ha! I pulled the meter off. 5, 4, 5. Good. Fender. 5. 4, 5. Oh, let's turn the lights on while we're at it. Okay, so driver's side. And I will add, I have not done this before, so we're doing this together. I don't like doing it before because I don't want to, you know, seem like I'm not, oh, let's not do the one door. Like, I don't know what these are going to read. All right, we're on the roof at 2. We're on the roof at 1. It might be picking up, so there's some moisture from condensation on the roof, might be affecting 2. That's hard to read on my phone. That's a 1, 2 on the roof. So cosmetically, on the driver's side, you see our hazards are going, all the LEDs are good. tail lights, everything is functioning. Tail lights. So cosmetically on the driver's side, I mean, it's a 2013, so we're at 13 years old, right? 112,000 miles. So it was driven, it was used, it was enjoyed. I drove it, I used it, I enjoyed it. So, I mean, there aren't any, like, as you can tell from the pictures, it presents really well. I mean, a white Porsche is, like, you know, always a hit. But there are some, you know, as expected, there are some cosmetics. The driver's side, I don't really recall anything egregious to point out. Front bumper. So we have, unfortunately, we have drill holes from 3 different states, which is super annoying. There are some spider cracks right here, which is also unfortunate, but... And then there's a little dingo right here on the front bumper. And then over here on the passenger side, there's a little scrapey scrape right there, and then a little scrape on the fender. So I guess he took something. I didn't do that. But I guess that's why they call it a bumper, because you bump things. But I mean, a lot of these cosmetics I'm pointing out, if I didn't point them out, it would be really hard to notice. But that's not how I do things. I always point out everything that I'm aware of. So the hood, as far as like rock chips, it's in really good shape. I don't see anything on the hood. Let's go ahead and paint meter the hood. So this is a funny angle on my phone. It's really hard to see, so I'll just call them out. All right, 6 right there. And then upwards a little bit, we're at 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5 up there. Okay. Hood is good. Hood is good. Passenger fender. Nine on the fender. 9, 4, no wait, that's 9 on the fender. Make sure we're uniform. 8. So going back, I don't want to backtrack. I want to try and keep a good flow here. But the wheels, I mean, all the wheels have some really nominal imperfections. But there's a little Nico in the black finish right there. So pretty much all of them have a little something going on. But again, it's just like all these imperfections I'm pointing out. If I didn't zoom in on the wheels and point out the tiny little nick, it'd be really, really hard to see. So there's a little curving on this one right there. And then passenger rear has some curb. Some curby curb. So I'd say the passenger rear is probably the worst, but it's not even that bad. Okie doke, let's finish up our paint meters. Passenger door, 5, 6. Passenger door, 5. Passenger rear door, 5. 5, 6. Quarter, 3. I guess I can see what the deck reads. 6 on the hatch. Of course, we can't do the bumper because it's plastic. All right, 5, also wanted to point out, and not a big deal, but sometimes a common thing on the 970s, the gas door hinge gets broken and a little floppy. This one is not floppy, but that's minor. So I did want to talk about these tires. Talk about the tires. So Redestine. All right, before everyone hates on the tires, because I'd never heard of them when I got the car in, but they sounded familiar. So these guys actually make the spares, the Space Saver spares that go in the 958s and the 996s. So they do have a Porsche association to some degree. And like I said in my oil change video, on paper, they're really similar to Pirellis, and they are Dutch. So before we hate on the Redestines, I know somebody's just waiting. But they handle really well. I mean, the car drives really well.